Alright, so we have Ayla versus Vader, which is a classic. William on the Ayla. Of course, William is an insanely good defensive player and offensive player. Probably one of the best players in the game, if not the best. Xadrian, older player. I consider him to be reasonably good. It's just he's very read heavy, as we can see right there. He really likes to condition and sort of take down his opponent in that manner. But widely expected for William to take this game. At a high level, I view this matchup even. William just gets a good offensive play there, bringing it to 9-9. Yeah, the big thing about this matchup that really kind of sells it is that whoever leaves neutral first is typically the one who loses. So you want to apply a lot of empty pressure unless you're going to hit like that. I just removed the wrong point. It's actually Xadrian who's down to 8. There we go. And Xadrian with a really good snipe there once again, finishing it off well. 8-8. Lives remaining. So, sorry if my commentary is a little lax. I'm managing a lot on the stream end as well. Xadrian looking to bait him in there, I think, and then going for an instant counter punch. William dodging. He should get that punish. The roll mix up there, probably a little too early or too late. Not kind of, he hit the sweet spot of wrong there. Again, score does not represent on the left, on the overlay. I just messed up again. Still getting used to things, but Xadrian going for some map play punish. I would expect William to kind of, as this match goes on, maybe recognize that he has a little bit more ramp knowledge than Xadrian. Even though Xadrian is the Vader, I kind of expect him to do a little bit more in buildings like this. Goes for a hit. It looks like he may have clipped there, but Xadrian anti-fell. I can't imagine Xadrian wouldn't have punished that if there was no stun. Oh, beautiful hit again. So 7-7. Xadrian keeping this very even. A little bit of confusion on how I'm keeping score. I know normally we count up. I'm counting down in this tournament, so confusing players a little bit, just as I do. So oh, the aerial. Sick. Xadrian now with 6 remaining. William looks like he's trying to get ramps to play a little bit more aggressively, or at least bait out Xadrian, but missing a few of them. Ooh, that was a mistake, but William punishing it correctly. Xadrian goes for it again and gets it. Very nice. A little bit of a flub there on Williams and rare. I don't know if there was some weird interaction on their end, but 6-6 now in terms of lives remaining, even game. Yeah, I actually do really like the aerial punish for Vader's onto Ayla in terms of map play. It just can be tricky to hit sometimes, and I mean, like most things in this matchup, if you miss with the Vader, you lose, right? So, I know this matchup reasonably well from both ends. These are kind of two of my mains, and that is what you want to be careful with the floating. Usually you want to float in that setup as like a reactionary thing. Because if you do it early and someone has good ramps like William, you can actually just get punished out of the air, and that's also quite risky, but Xadrian holding on to a punish maybe that he wants to hit later. He got lag run there, that's why he just rolled, so most likely. Needs to go a little bit forward. He's going too quick on the punishes there, Xadrian. So we're down to 6 to 4 lives remaining. William pulling ahead now. Xadrian looks like he's trying to be a little bit more passive, baiting William in more, but I don't know. His hard read, heavy, aggressive play early was working quite well, and now that I think William kind of has him on his back foot, maybe he's backing off a little bit, or he just doesn't have a read anymore. He's kind of resetting his mentality, or incorrect reads perhaps, as we saw there. So William, renowned for good adaptation, no different this match. Started off even, he pulls ahead. Honestly, the adaptation it seemed he made was a little bit more variable movement with the map to try to avoid reads from Xadrian, who was getting him a lot in those flat ground interactions, and then also that he's sort of more directly counterpunching. He's not going a lot for these straight up attacks, and is punishing Xadrian more on the map. And you know, the problem is that when you think you're safe comboing like that, and William has good ramps, that you're gonna die. So that's honestly, in my opinion, one of the best uses of ramps is just baiting, right? If Xadrian leaves neutral like that, and William's in a position where you can ramp and punish, and he's like ramping, making Xadrian think like, oh, maybe I'm gonna go up here, you could null me, that's gonna be the issue. Xadrian deciding to bring it flat ground, it seems. William and him are gonna have a little standoff here until they compromise in this middle building. That's a good model for how people should interact in terms of locations. But William still committed here. Goes for the aggressive attack. Xadrian, again, a couple interactions now was a little bit too far away with the punish, and that's going to lead to the end of the game. Alright, very good. So we're going to City next. Let me just set up a few things. Actually, I'm going to have them do that because they're both judges. They can figure that out while I take care of something else real quick. I'm getting some messages about the tournament. So we're on to City. We have the overall set score now where William is up by 1. And I need to reset the lives. William is going to select Ayla as his character once again. Xadrian is going to go Emperor. It's very bold, but you know, I was talking to him before. He really was interested in trying Emperor on City. We'll see how it goes. Let me go ahead and switch his character. The hype Emperor picked. We'll see how it goes, you know. So William does lose a life there, but just a reminder to everybody, you are supposed to ready up before game start. So Xadrian coming out ahead for the first one. It's 11:15. I still have a little bit of time to spectate this one before I go on to the next. William is going to get that kill on this one. So it is 9-9 for the lives remaining. Emp is one of Xadrian's favorite characters. He's not quite going to get the kill there, but interesting thing about this matchup, William doesn't get to heal. Oops, sorry, that's 9-8. So actually, Xadrian lost that life. I keep doing that. Xadrian now has the Emp aerial, I think, available to him for this kill. So this should be an interesting interaction in terms of, oh, gets the aerial hit there onto him. So that is one thing. William is well aware of the fact that he has that win condition, might be going for it, is going to mix in more aerials to try to punish. This is something I actually don't like from Emperors, is that when they have the aerial win condition, they kind of only go for it. They need to mix in more standard play and then use these jump cancels to hit the aerial finish as well. Oh, yep, that's going to be it. So Xadrian is going to be down to 7 lives remaining, 9-7. Sorry for the situation there. Probably gets a little bit of a clip there onto Xadrian, but nothing too crazy. Oh, it gets a clip there. I wonder if William is at now 200 health, which means literally anything. We'll probably kill him. Oh, gets a little bit outside there, maybe half a second. Not wise to contest the Ayla straight up like that. That's going to put it 9-6. William in the lead. I like the desire to play Emp here, but if you're going to play here, you got to stick with the win condition. You can't be contesting Ayla head on with the Emperor, right? So this is a difficult pick. This isn't an impossible pick by any means, but against William, I would be very hesitant to try this Emperor. I would have maybe done it against someone else. Oh, that could have been a death from Xadrian. I would like to almost see some run-up null into jump cancel aerials, right? Because if you run up null, you're going to be making William think you're aggressing some other way. Or honestly, he could even just straight mix up hard read, himself off the building after like one of those interactions where William's going for an aerial. Again, I don't like the straight up aggression. William, on the other hand, here just needs to keep doing what he's doing. Xadrian is kind of falling into his hands. he's held on to this life probably a lot longer than Xadrian wants, and a big part of that is that William knows what Xadrian is going for. 9-4. Again, though, if William wins this, Xadrian has still a lot of opportunities to try to make it into the bracket, right? The top 2 people out of every group progress. So there's the riposte. 9-3. That's something when I was labbing Emp, I kind of... It's difficult to figure out like the optimal way to punish, I think, an Ayla dash attack with Emp, because like even if you're staying very close, you're positioning very well, you bait it well, you still can't flank around to the sides as easily as other characters to avoid riposte. So it either has to be perfect timing, which is hard for him because of his slowness, or you have to look for another option. So I was almost considering if back null would be a way to go for that, just labbing things out, or theory crafting matchups. But either way, even with, you know, all the theory crafting in the world, this is still going to be a very difficult matchup. Xadrian does admit not working out how he hoped, but you know, honestly I think Xadrian, if he listens to this later, like, could have, I think he would have lost this either way, but he could have done a lot more if he stuck to certain win conditions, and didn't play into Ayla's strengths, which, you know, is easier said than done. William knows this matchup, he's going to force him into Ayla's strengths, but he's trying his best to guide the Ayla to situations he wants, and William is not biting. So anybody who wants to see model Ayla v Emp play full map when the Emp is trying to do some shenanigans, this is pretty good model. And the other thing, if not prepared, for those situations, the Emp does not have the aerial ready to go. Like, he should almost be predicting Ayla to go for hard. Oh, there he goes. Excellently done, bringing it 8-1 lives remaining. So if this were a duel to 10, it's 9-2 right now. A little bit slow on the 180 there, so that's going to bring it 8-0. That's the match over. William wins 2-0 in this match.